You seem like a very, very intelligent man.
You do. It took me IQ. I got 161, 169.
So obviously you're smarter than me. Or is that right?
Albert Einstein's IQ was 164.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Above Average Baseball Show with your host, that's me, the King Source. We're going to get you primed up for the winter meetings, what I expect what the rumblings around baseball are. We'll get to all the big moves. Remember, as that red button says, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, watch them others. It really helps my channel and all the sports channels with these YouTube metrics. I'm dead serious about that. And then thank you very much for all who watch this and watch it all the way through. Now, let's get right down to it with Juan Soto first. We know about the trade talks going on there. We know he's going to the Yankees. Yeah, I just said that. How do we know this? Look at past trades with Mookie Betts, with Giancarlo Stanton. They went down the same exact pattern. Okay? With Betts, there was a snaggle that they were far apart on trades. 2 days later came together when they reformatted the package. Then, with Stanton, 4 teams tried, didn't get close. Yankees got the talks, didn't get close. 2 days later, all of a sudden, late Friday night, Jim Leyritz put out his tweet. It was done. And then it was done. We found out the next morning. Trade talks follow certain patterns. So, I'm going to break that down for you. How do trade talks work? Let's use this Juan Soto trade talks first. We know back in October, the teams first made contact for the offseason. Okay? What that phone call was, Stanton contacting Preller saying, we know you have to trade Soto when you want to start the talks. And Preller saying, okay, we'll do it as soon as the free agency opens. That's what that first call was. Okay? Then, free agency opens, they talk again. And talk again. And they've been talking. What these talks are is saying, how much do you want for him? How many players? Getting a format for the trade together. I believe they have that in place now. 4 for 1, 5 for 2, maybe 3 if Trent Grisham and Matt Carpenter are involved, which I'm still not sold on that. Because Robert Murray, Jeff Passan, Ken Rosenthal, others, even Jesse Rogers all said the belief is they will not trade any player with Soto so they can maximize the package. That's the other thing you will say in these phone calls. Then both teams will make their initial offers, which I think we've seen that happen. And they could counter a little bit, and then we have the stage where and we might be past at this point, we'll see, of media negotiations. This happened with Mookie Betts trade, happened with the Stanton trade, it happens with all major trades, it happened with the Curtis Granderson trade. It happens with all these big trades, okay? And Curtis Granderson's the last big left-handed hitter the Yankees traded for. Last superstar left-handed hitter the Yankees traded for, by the way. And it was at the winter meetings. Then you get to the stage, they're getting close on a trade. And I would not be surprised if that pops out at some point today. I would not. I project it tomorrow. And remember, I told you on my show, or a video I did several days ago, I wasn't expecting anything until Friday afternoon on Soto. When did it pop out? When did it pop out? I know what I'm talking about. I would not be surprised at all if we get a major update on the Soto trade talks of the Yankees, that they're pushing close to a trade today, but I'm expecting it tomorrow afternoon at some point, maybe late tomorrow. It could come early Monday as well. So there's my window for it. And I do firmly believe for a fact that this Juan Soto trade to the Yankees does go down during the winter meetings. And even if it's tomorrow, that is kind of the start of the winter meetings. That counts. Now, one thing to keep in mind, what is this package going to look like? And Joel Sherman gave us an idea. I can see Kyle Gashioka, Esteban Florial types going in it, where they get a young, controllable outfielder. They get the catcher they're even needing. They would probably extend a Gashioka, because the Padres are desperate for catching. They're going to bring Gary Sanchez back as a belief as well. And 3 pitchers. And I think they'll come together on this. I could see a 5 for 1 on this from Cashman as a slight overpay just to force the Padres' hands. And all of the stuff we heard yesterday, this is trade negotiations from the Padres' side, trying to get any leverage they can, knowing they have no leverage. With their financial situation, MLB is making them trade Juan Soto to get back in compliance with the MLB's debt stuff in the CBA. Yeah, the Padres are out of compliance. They are being forced to trade Juan Soto. The Yankees know this. So the Padres have no leverage, nothing. And they're trying to gain, which they gained a little bit. We'll give them credit for that. They gained a little bit. So that's what we have on one Soto. I believe we'll go down and within the next 4 days. Winter meetings go till Friday, but Friday is really just wrapping things up, setting talks for the rest of the off season, basically, and then getting out of there. So there's not much then. Mainly, the last of the main part of the winter meetings is Thursday morning and into early Thursday afternoon. But yeah, they do keep talking all the way through Sunday, and you could see moves, and we have historically seen them all the way till Sunday of the week of the winter meetings. What about Ohtani? I believe it is down to the Cubs and Dodgers, and I still think Dodgers get him because we got a major piece of information from Buster Olney yesterday. He said that Ohtani's always known where he was going to go. There's only one possible team that fits as the Dodgers. Unless he was such good friends with Seiya Suzuki, he was always going to the Cubs, which I don't think that's the case. We'll see. Nothing would really surprise me. But notice the Yankees never really tried for him. As if they knew all along he was going to the Dodgers. Same with the Mets. The Mets were involved in the talks, never really tried. A lot of the teams we thought would go after him, including the Phillies and Rangers, talked to him but never really tried. So there are signs he was probably going to the Dodgers the whole time. I think he will personally announce it in his own way. It will not be a reporter. It will be Ohtani, or maybe the team Ohtani goes to. Just like what happened with Jake DeGrom a year ago today, when the Rangers broke it themselves, caught everybody off guard. That does happen. And we have seen a couple moves on the small side like that as well. So there's an update on Ohtani. Now, what about Dylan Cease? We know about the Dylan Cease trade talks. What's going on there? Let's dig into this. So, we knew the Braves are close, but there are two other teams bidding. And it is what I call a mild bidding war, where they're all close on their trade packages, and the White Sox is deciding which one. I still think there's a chance he's not moved, but if moved, I do believe he goes to the Braves, because he's got the same signature as the Matt Olson talks. Where out of nowhere, the Braves have an opening and desperate for a player, and the player that they want and they end up getting just happens to be from Atlanta. Scripted crap. Yeah, I just said that. On purpose. Because Dylan Cease just happens to be from the Atlanta area. From 25 minutes away from the Braves ballpark. How fishy is that? Just like Matt Olson. So I do think Dylan Cease will follow Matt Olson line and end up with the Braves during the winter meetings. Other starters, Jordan Montgomery is expected to sign at any time. Literally at any time. And expected to return to the Rangers or potentially go to the Mets. Those seem to be the two finalists there. On Blake Snell, I tweeted it out. I'm not sure how many saw it. But he is a major preference for the West Coast. Sorry. And we don't know how that'll affect his free agency. We know the Phillies, Yankees, Cubs, Dodgers, Giants even are all interested in him. We don't think the Padres have the money to bring him back. And that's why they want 3 starters from the Yankees. So we're not really sure what happens with his free agency. Will he stick to the West Coast to go to the Dodgers or the Giants or maybe Mariners? I don't think the Mariners are going after anybody big. Same thing Ken Rosenthal said. I just can't see it. So it is what it is. On others, there's a lot of talks around all these free agent starters. I think the Royals will grab a few cheap ones. The Royals are talking to Frankie Montes. And I think Frankie Montes is gone from the Yankees after the Severino deal. Severino had worse stats than Montes. And so Montes can demand $12 million and probably get it from some dumb team. And I think it'll be one of those 2-year deals with an opt-out, where if he pitches well enough, he opts out, and the team's off the hook. If not, then the team has for a second year. Maybe he pitches well that year. And it could be a team option as well. That's basically the team opt-out, team option. So, yeah, I think Frankie Montes will be gone. How about the other Japanese ace coming over? Yes, an ace. He would have won the last 3 Samamura Awards, the Cy Young for Japan, if not for Yamamoto. And this is Shota Imanaga. The Yankees are deep in talks with him. Mets have open talks with him. Several teams have. Yankees are the furthest. I could literally see the Yankees signing Imanaga, trading for Soto, and signing Bellinger. And have that be their main part of their offseason, and then go sign a third baseman as well. Like Yaimer Candelario, the Yankees are the closest of any team to getting it right now. So, I do expect a busy winter meetings. We average 10 big moves per winter meetings. That's the MLB average. Historically, the most was 18. I potentially could see this matching that. Yeah, it was actually over 20 if you count really small stuff. Teams re-signing small guys or that kind of thing, like a small prospect for prospect trade. There's about 28 moves if you count that. And that was back when Curtis Granderson was traded. That winter meetings. I can't remember exactly when that happened, but I think it was 2012, 2011, somewhere back there. But I could see this one approaching the 18 big move one. There's that many moves close enough where they could pop out. Josh Hader. He's another one I wanted to talk about. 3 teams have had the most talks with him. The Rangers, Cubs, and Yankees. The Rangers are not expected to spend big, so I think they will miss out on him and any big free agent because their TV network is crashing just like the Padres. Now, the Rangers didn't win the World Series. The Padres didn't, so they've got that advantage. And they've got a loaded roster. Now, with the Rangers, their roster is right around $200 million, so they're actually in compliance. They don't have the debt issues the Padres do, so they could add somebody. I still do not see the Rangers adding anybody big like a Josh Hader. The team closest getting Hader is the Yankees, but we're talking if it's a 100-yard dash, no team's even 10 yards out yet. The Yankees be about 8 yards, and you have the Orioles, who have talked to him. They're not getting very far with him, but they've talked to him. And Cubs, respectively, say 5 and 8 yards out, to where it hasn't got anywhere quite yet. Yuki Matsui is another closer available. Yankees have talked to him more than any other team, but he's nowhere near deciding yet. Could get there, though, very quickly the next few days. So getting back to the Juan Soto trade talks, and the big trade talks there also with Glasnow, is near. That trade is actually close. Going to the Cubs. We'll see if that is completed in winter meetings. It's another one that could. There have been trade talks around Corbin Burns over the last 2 days, we've found out. I'm not sure that culminates in a trade, let alone at the winter meetings. We'll see. Wouldn't actually surprise me if it does, but I don't see it. But I think Glasnow does go to the Cubs here at the winter meetings. The Reds are after him, and I think the Reds would shift over to the Guardians pitchers, and I think we got a change on which one will be traded. I don't think it'll be Bieber. I think it'll be Dylan Tate. I think the Guardians have switched on who they're trading, and they'll try to extend Bieber and keep him around. But a lot of moves going to happen. Be ready for a very busy winter meetings, and we're going to see a lot of these filler free agent moves as well. And by the way, Kevin Kiermaier is expected to re-sign with the Blue Jays right now. Could happen over the next couple of days. Blue Jays could also sign Michael Brantley. Brantley's a free agent. The Yankees are not interested. They're not signing anybody over 30. The Yankees want to get younger. That's why Bellinger and Soto make so much sense. And while I'm talking about Bellinger, let's give the latest update I have on Cody Bellinger. The latest I have heard. The Yankees are literally the only team talking to him. The Blue Jays made contact with Boris, but again, Brantley's a Boris agent, so we don't really know who that was about. And keep in mind, the Yankees have the need. And we know that Bellinger is only going to get about $23 to $24 million a year. That plays right into the Yankees' hands. If they trade for Soto, extend him, which there is a belief around baseball, the Yankees would extend Soto, and I'll get into that in a minute. So with Bellinger, the Yankees seem to be his only logical suitor. And he's a perfect fit. But with Soto and Bellinger, you can bring them in. You've got to keep them just doing their normal swing and let the pull fly balls happen. They do that, they would probably both hit 40 home runs in a season. Just accidentally balls over that right field porch. Now, on a Soto extension. I've been saying this a lot. How do we know the diehard lifetime Yankees fan of Juan Soto will not go to Boris and force an extension with the Yankees after he's traded there? We don't. We don't know Juan Soto's thinking. And one thing I have confirmed through my contact at Boris Corp, they never said he wanted to stay in San Diego. That's why no extension has happened. He wants to get to the East Coast. He would love to be with the Yankees. That is the reality of the situation. So I would not be surprised if the extension pops out and there are others saying it. So just kind of keep that in mind. We don't know for sure Juan Soto's thinking on staying with the Yankees long term. We just don't know. And keep in mind, we're going to see some surprising moves we were not expecting. That happens at every one of our meetings. I don't think it'll happen around the guys like Cease or Soto or Glasnow where we really have a good idea where they're going. But maybe the Dodgers do pull off the Burns trade. Maybe Torres gets dealt, surprisingly, to a team we weren't expecting. The expected teams are Mariners, Marlins, and Dodgers. I say Dodgers, that's my personal belief. I can see the Dodgers doing something shortstop. So I have a great winter meetings. I will pop up another video or two during the winter meetings to kind of keep you updated what's going on. And remember, have a great day. And the King Source loves you.